In 2015, the High Court ruled that Katanga land belongs to Makerere University. Although Makerere went ahead and appealed, but as the LC1 of Chimwanyi Zone, Chimwanyi Zone Katanga, okay, we've heard, according to the letter that was released by Professor Barnabas Nawangwe, Makerere wants to redevelop Katanga. As the LC1 Chimwanyi Zone Katanga, what do you have to say about it?
Thank you so much for the opportunity. Firstly, we thank our current Chief Justice, that is Alfonso Winnie Doro, current CJ, who was by then the main judge in the case between the previous landowners, that is Jonathan Masembe and 3 others, when they were versing Makerere University. That court ruled, and we as the Vibanja holders were contented and we were happy and we were okay with the court ruling that Makerere was recognized as a lawful or rightful owner of Katanga land, which totals up to 37 acres. But we were recognized as bona fide occupants because the judge visited the locus and witnessed and also confirmed that the previous owners who were plaintiffs and with the licenses were bona fide occupants who had stayed on that land for over 50, 30, 40 years while staying and living there. I personally, as a local leader there, have stayed there for over 27 years. So, firstly, we thank the court for that ruling, but Makerere appealed over that, saying that we didn't deserve to be recognized as bona fide occupants of that land, which we think and believe that it is really unfair. And now that the matter was pending hearing in the Court of Appeal, we were surprised as leaders and residents of Katanga Valley land to see Makerere inviting us through the Vice Chancellor, Professor Barnabas Nawangwe, for a planned development meeting of that very land. To us as leaders, it was not proper or right for us to attend that meeting, and we didn't attend. We responded in writing simply because our residents or people would take it as if we were part of that planned development. Firstly, I would like to also inform you that the Vice Chancellor and Makerere University knows it very well that by 2015, at the time of this court ruling, Katanga Valley land was occupied by people. There was no even little space in Katanga which was free, as it was said that there are 3 acres that are free or that are not occupied. Every space in Katanga land is occupied by a Chibanja holder. So we as leaders have tried to inform our residents to be alert, because we have started a campaign of My Chibanja, My Life, basing on or referring on the experiences we've had. The people of Lusanja suffered a lot. Their property was destroyed, houses broken down, they lost lives in that process, and they suffered until justice prevailed. But still it was pressure from we as leaders, it was pressure from leaders like Bobby Wine, honorable MPs, and the very people of Lusanja who continued raising their voices, having a legal team, not until they at least got some piece of justice. So to Makerere, we are advising them. They know the law very clearly. It is them training the senior councils, the land colleagues that always present us in courts of law. They should at least respect the court ruling, because we as bona fide occupants who are comfortable and contented with the court ruling, at least we are given rights of enjoying our bona fide occupancy. We are given rights which are even constitutional to develop our vivanjas. So we believe that this approach by Makerere was not proper. They very well know the right approaches of at least compensating our people fully. If Makerere calls us for a proposed compensation meeting, then Bagonza Thomas, I'll be the first person to represent my people. They come, value our people, and then develop. We don't want to be obstacles to development. I want to repeat that. And we are very cooperative people, but this system of coming in ways of not recognizing us and appealing that we should be evicted without compensation. Actually, we have gotten information that Makerere has an approved plan. Actually, it is pending approval, but they've already submitted a plan of building over 3,000 hostels in Katanga Valley land. That we shall not accept as leaders, as residents who are backed by the law, who occupy that land lawfully or rightfully. We shall not, unless if we are compensated fully. These injustices have been going on all over the country, but we appeal to all, especially Bibanja holders, because Bibanja holders are now the majority. You have a person of one person with a land title threatening over thousands and thousands of Bibanja holders or tenants or squatters. So it is high time for the Ministry of Lands to come up with the proper mechanism and strategy of saving our people, especially the Bibanja holders. We, basing on this very experience, I've initiated a program of petitioning the Parliament to at least come up with a law, a bill protecting the Bibanja holders. We should at least also have rights of at least having titles for Bibanja. We should have certificates of occupancies for Bibanja so that you can legally be safe in one way or the other. But my advice to the university, we very well know that it is a government institution, that is Makerere University. It should solicit for funds from the land fund. If they cannot afford compensating us fully or to our satisfaction, they should at least improvise from the land fund, because Makerere is government and our people live in peace and we have a developed Katanga Valley. But if that is not worked upon, we as leaders are not ready to give up on that matter. We shall fight for our people until their justice is or rights are respected.
We've seen evictions, like you talked about Lusanja, yes, Lusanja. And in case things turn out the other way, if people are evicted without being compensated as you want, what plans do you have as a leader, or as leaders? What plans do you have for your people?
Now we as leaders, firstly, when we received these letters, realized that our Makerere is serious. It has not even patiently waited for the outcomes of the appeal. We as leaders have firstly formed a team with one voice of either compensating our people fully or paying Vusulu to Makerere if it recognizes us as lawful bona fide occupants of its land, or even paying Makerere or compensating Makerere or buying that land from Makerere. We have that vision as leaders, and we have tried to share it with our residents to see how best we can continue enjoying ourselves from Katanga, because we would also love to be in the city. Katanga is a slum, but if properly developed with a good plan, can at least generate more income to government, can come up with a clear picture that fits in a city like Kampala. But what we have decided firstly is to make sure that our people are protected by the law. We've at least created awareness. You have seen us publicize this matter every now and then, because we have a recent case of Lusanja that happened and led to lots of distractions and losses. We've also tried to inform the concerned authorities. We've wrote to the Minister of Lands, to the Minister of Security, because in the long run it can turn out to be, it can turn violent, because people have decided to defend their Bibanja by all means. Because someone who has stayed in Katanga for over 50 years, has grandsons and daughters, has no other plan or any other place to live apart from that. So if you have not given that person an option of compensation so that that person can develop or plan elsewhere, then they will have no other option apart from using any other means of at least having to secure their vibanja. So we have tried to petition to the concerned ministries, Ministry of Lands, the KCCA. We've also engaged the Lord Mayor. We actually had a meeting this Tuesday about the same, and as a senior council interpreted the ruling and said you are lawful occupants of that land. Makerere should know that, and he also pledged or promised to support us legally in that matter as a senior council lawyer. So I wrote to the Speaker, to the Right Honourable Speaker of Parliament, through my area MP, Honourable Kazibu Bashir Mbazi. I also raised a matter of national importance concerning the same issue, and the minister, the concerned minister, was told to report to Parliament after 2 weeks about the matter. So we think recently we also held, I invited the Council of Kawempe Division to have it in Katanga so that we can resolve on that matter, and we had it, though we were interrupted by police as usual, but we shall continue pushing this cause to avoid cases of or issues like the ones of Lusanja that happened.
Thank you so much.